So just to make this official, so everybody knows what we're doing here, this is the service bulletin from Harley-Davidson M1207, safety recall code 0130 for the 2007 Softail battery cable routing recall. It was issued on May 3rd, 2007. Hey, what's up guys? So today we're going to try to do something that I can't find any information on. So we're gonna have to figure it out ourselves. For the 2007, I guess Softails, but I'm focusing on my night train, there was a service bulletin. And that service bulletin basically was that one of the battery cables, the way the batteries run, can wear through and rub against the oil tank and cause a spark or something like that. It's a fire hazard or, or whatever. Anyway, Harley identified it and did a service bulletin, and there's actually a battery caddy that you can put in that prevents that from happening. I can't find anything on the internet, no videos or anything on how to do this. So rather than take it over to the dealer, I figured we'd try to do it together first and just figure it out. I'll show you what I did find. I found the service bulletin with pictures to show you illustrations, but it looks like somebody faxed it. They're just completely dark and you can't make heads or tails of them. So I'll show you that, but yeah, enough of me talking about it. Let's get into it and try to figure it out. I'm going to try to hold this up and show you guys. This is what I found. Right? Look at the pictures. How in the world are we supposed to figure out what to do? Even with the instructions, it's like, look. How are you supposed to tell? There's no way. So anyway, we're going to try to figure this out. We'll take it apart. If it looks like it fits in there, we'll try to make it work. But here's the actual part. It's no head or back or front or anything. So we're just going to figure it out. All right, let's get going. So I just got a 10mm wrench in my pocket here. We'll get this guy off. Now I've got a lot of crap hooked up to this too. I've got my battery tender. I've got a phone mount that charges. I'm just gonna lay this on the floor. Yeah, I've got a phone mount that charges my phone that's hooked up to my battery. So they say that you should disconnect the main fuse here. I may. I'm not sure. It's in here. Let's see how hard it is to get this off, because we may just do that. In case y'all didn't know where the main fuse is, can you see that? It's a 40 amp fuse. It's right there. All we gotta do is pull it out. See, 40. So let's do that. I'll just lay it over here on the seat just to be safe. And we'll take these off here. And I'm really just laying the screws over here for the battery on the floor. Probably what I want to do, just want to keep this all together. That's all. Taking the battery out is not really that difficult. You just got to get a good grip on it. But it's hard because... Okay. I'll put this guy... I'm going to put him on the floor over here. Okay, so... Here's what was in there. And I'm not really sure what we're supposed to do. So let's lay this down. And then let's go get the other one. So this guy, he was in here like this. In the pictures, it looks like this goes in like that. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure where the tabs are supposed to go. Or how this is supposed to run. So normally I would skip by all this stuff, but I think it's really important, since we're figuring this out, for you to see all the different things that I tried. And you see those two tabs on the front of the caddy? I'm even trying to put it in the opposite direction. That doesn't feel right. There's two tabs on the very bottom, and when you put the caddy in there and kind of press it towards the front of the bike, they don't click into anything, but they seat against the bottom of where the battery goes in the bike, like on the actual frame. So that felt right. And now I'm looking at the cables. There's two channels. There's one for that main cable that comes and hooks to the positive terminal, and then there's an O2 sensor cable. And there's two channels in the battery caddy that those go into. So I'm about to figure this out and see that these need to route through there. This is supposed to come up through here. It looks like that's what that's supposed to do. There's going to be a lot more narration on this one than the normal videos because I'm basically talking to myself here. So I realized that yes, this is the starter cable, and I need to loosen that 1/2" nut that's connected there and swing the cable over to the left so that it'll come through the back of the battery caddy and go into that channel on the left side. I'm going to put a link to the service bulletin so you guys can read, because after I did this I went back and actually read what it was telling me to do, and it made sense, so I knew I was doing the right stuff here. So I'm going to swing this starter cable around so it can go up through the back of the battery caddy and go through the channel, and then I'm also going to put the oxygen sensor through the channel on the right. I can undo that, and then I can redirect this. Let's try that. So what size bolt is this? And can I just tighten it down? Let's try a 1/2". Okay, it's a 1/2". I'm gonna see if I just loosen it. We'll see what happens. If I just loosen it, can I just move that? Or do I have to get in there with a bolt and with a socket and something else. Well, this is what we do, guys. We figure shit out, right? So I need a really long extension for this one. I think I can kind of figure out what we're supposed to do. If I can just move this over a little bit. So let's just loosen it and see if it's something that we can just like swing around to the other side. Can we do that? We can. Okay, so I'm thinking this will go in here. This will come up through here and go into this channel. And then I believe this may go into this channel here. So here's where everything really started to feel right and make sense. I repositioned the starter cable and put it up through the back of the battery caddy into the channel made for it, and then I took the O2 sensor cable and put it in the channel on the right side, and it went in there nicely. And even though the battery caddy did not clip into place, if you push it up towards the front of the frame, like I said, the tabs, you can feel them hit the bottom of the battery tray. So it is supposed to do that. And then when you put the battery in, the weight of the battery just kind of holds it in place. So it's really cool. Okay, I mean, that looks good. But how does that then stay in place? I'm not sure. Let's tighten this guy down. Not too crazy. There you go. Put this boot back over there. The only thing that I don't get is how does the caddy stay in place? I don't get that. So we'll put it in. We're going to run this guy up through that channel. We'll run I believe this is the O2 sensor. I'm going to run the O2 sensor in that channel there. See if it just like sat there like that. That would be cool. If it just sat there and stayed in place. See, that feels good. Why don't we try to stick the battery in there? Let's see what happens. So at this point here, I'm going to put the battery in, and like the famous last words, let's see what happens. You guys know that, right? So I'm putting the battery in, and it sits in there really nice. Nothing's moving around. And so now it's just a matter of, starting to reconnect everything and see how it feels. Make sure nothing's too loose. Make sure nothing's like snagged up or bunched up anywhere. And it starts to go back together really nicely. So I feel at this point, this is the way everything's supposed to go. right? And then it's just a matter of like, once you get the cables back on, just, repositioning them so they're as down, into the battery cavity as much as they can be, so they don't interfere with the seat or anything. But I was really pretty happy at this point. It was just a matter of reconnecting everything and just kind of reconfirming this is the way it goes. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to kind of put everything in there. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna say like this. Just to get it started. So this is our fuse. This is our main fuse here. Okay. And then this is for the charger, the phone charger. I think I just want to put it in there like that. Yeah, but I still have to get the main fuse thing on there. Just tightening it down a little bit. And so here's this. Okay. Get this other guy started. Now let's get the main fuse back. The main fuse back in here. This is going to be the important. Like, how does this go? You know what I'm saying? What does this look when it's all pressed back together? Yeah, at this point everything's fitting together really nicely. It's just a matter of tucking everything down. The main fuse holder right there is the biggest obstacle, but it seems to be going back into place pretty well. Once I get everything bolted down, I do take the negative cable up there that's connected to the frame, and I loosen that bolt and just move it over like slightly to the left so the fuse holder fits in a little better. But really at this point, guys, it feels like we're good to go and this is in place the way it's supposed to be. That looks all right. Let's tighten everything down and Just want to move this over a little bit. I think that looks good. I mean, that wasn't too hard. It seemed to work out well. We'll test everything. There's the old. It looked like it went in there pretty good. I mean, I'm happy with it. I mean, that wasn't hard at all, really. It's pretty common, so let's make sure it doesn't blow up. We don't get any messages. I need some gas. That's for sure. Let me just start it and see. It's 9:30. Well, there you have it. So yeah, there you have it, guys. I bought the part on eBay. It was like $9. It wasn't that expensive at all. And wasn't sure how to do it. We figured it out together. And guess what? Now there's a video out there on the internet to show somebody else how to do this. I love it. There is absolutely nothing out there right now to show you how to do this. It wasn't that hard. You guys went through it with me. Hopefully I captured everything where it was easy to see. But yeah, it's out there now. So anyway, that's what we do here on Devil's Own. We figure stuff out and we fix stuff. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so when I post content, you'll get you'll get an alert. And then like the video, it helps me out a lot. And again, if for some reason you do a thumbs down, that's cool, but let me know what you didn't like about the video so I can improve and make sure I'm bringing you guys the very best content I can. All right, I'll catch up with you guys next time.